What's going on, everybody? This is Renegade number one, aka the Feminist Killer, hashtag Logitorian. I want to talk to you guys about true masculinity. I think most men today, they don't have a masculine frame. They don't have a backbone. And I think that's due to the fact that they compromise for women too much. And my thing is, getting a certain amount of women or getting sex does not classify you as a masculine man. Masculinity is not what's on the outside. Masculinity is a mentality. It's a way you conduct yourself. It's a way you move. How you prioritize things. Women should never be first. Matter of fact, women shouldn't even be a priority. You understand? You guys have to understand the type of world we live in. And we've been living in this type of world for the last decades. Most women today don't really know what masculinity is. Women want men they can control. They want men that they can screw around on and manipulate. If women wanted a true masculine man, they would submit. They would allow a man to take charge and the lead, because that's what a man is. A man shows the direction of the female. He shows the direction of himself as well. My thing is, men today do the opposite. They follow the direction of the female. They compromise, they stop what they're doing, and they follow the female in hopes of, they think by being agreeable that's going to get them somewhere. That's going to get that's going to get them in the bedroom. My thing is, stop thinking about sex. A lot of men think that a lot of men think that they're doing something wrong when women don't want to be around them, when women don't want to sleep with them. Most women fear masculinity. Masculinity is feared. I think most men fear masculinity. You understand? You can be a masculine man and women still may not want to fuck with you. Because, like I said, women don't want to be controlled. Women don't want to be led today. Women are confused about their role. But you are certain in your role. You are certain in your masculine frame. You don't need to be around those dysfunctional females. Period. My thing is, I'm starting to gather that most men that have structure, women don't like that. Women like men who are betas, men without structure, men that they can control, men that they can play their mind games on. If a woman can't do any of those things to you, she doesn't like you. That means you're a masculine man. You have an identity. You have a sense of direction. So with that being said, don't focus on the fact that you don't have women. You're still a masculine man. Focus on your hobbies. Focus on living life. Life should be happiness with or without sex. If you get it, that's fine. If you don't get it, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? You're going to sacrifice your growth for 20 minutes of pleasure. That's beta male behavior. And that's the difference. Beta males, they compromise, they agree, and when you do that, when you stop and compromise, you're stopping your own growth. You can't grow as a man because you're doing what she wants you to do. And if you're following the directions of the feminine, that makes you feminine. Stop being afraid of compromise and simplicity. Again, I think a lot of men assume that if they don't get rewarded with female attention, if they don't get rewarded with sex, that means they're doing something wrong. They always assume that they're doing something wrong. Like I was talking to a brother, he thinks he's doing something wrong. Like, what is it? I got the money, I got this, I treat her like a lady, I must be doing something wrong. That's how you know you're not secure in your masculine frame. Regardless of what the outside forces are doing, a real masculine man knows he's a masculine man. A woman cannot trick him out of his position. A woman can say anything to him, he won't be fazed by her bullshit. He knows that she's just trying to get in his head. See, a beta male, he will fold like a fucking beach chair anytime a woman makes any insults towards him. That's why your dick is small. You're not a real man. And then he'll be like, okay, and do whatever the fuck she wants him to do. Like a bitch. That's a bitch. You as a man, you have to find that security within yourself. If a woman flakes on you, she doesn't respect you as a man. That's a big example that a woman does not respect you as a man. She doesn't respect your time. She knows she can disrespect you and get away with it. You have to hold her accountable for that. You as a man, you shouldn't be afraid to live alone. Live alone. Stop thinking sex is everything. Sex does not make you a man. I don't give a damn what anybody tells you, your father, your uncle, a dating coach. You do not need women. Women don't make you a man. If a woman is so fucked up that she can't see that you are a masculine man and that you want to take charge and lead like a real man should, then there's something wrong with that bitch. There's something wrong with her. Period. Understand the current status of these women. Today's women are dysfunctional. Today's women are led by the idea of feminism. Today's women want to be masculine. That's the problem. When you try to exercise your true masculinity, most of them call you a misogynist because they don't want to play their role. You're playing your role. Continue to play your role. Don't worry about the success rate. Stop changing up because, you're trying to look for the formula on how to get laid. That's beta male behavior. Stop looking for the formula on how to get laid. Period. If you are alone for 10 years and you're in your masculine frame, you're doing your part. You're doing your part. I never compromise. Don't ever compromise for a woman. Another thing that makes you a true masculine man always puts his self before her. Always. Because when you put a woman ahead of you, you're typically going to be led into a situation of disappointment. You're going to have all your priorities all fucked up, all scrambled up. You're not going to get it accomplished because you got one thing on your mind, sex. I just want to get it and quit it. Get those thoughts out of your mind. Those are beta male thoughts. Those are cup thoughts. Again, it has nothing to do with having big muscles. The biggest muscle is your brain. The biggest muscle is your mentality. You're truly masculine if you have a masculine mentality. If you don't have a masculine mentality, you're not really masculine. If you are chasing women, you are not really masculine. That's beta male. That's little boy stuff. You're not a teenager. You're a grown man. You never chase vagina. I don't give a shit what any woman tells you. I don't give a shit what any man tells you. You stick by yourself. If a woman doesn't respect your rules, she doesn't respect your authority, and she says, oh, that's 1950 type stuff, she needs to go. She's using shaming tactics. Don't fall for the shaming tactics. Don't fall for the shit test. And if you do those things correctly, that's pretty indicative that you have a masculine frame. That's your main thing. If you do not have a masculine frame, you need to take your mind off of women. You shouldn't even be having your mind on women. Women, when they see a man with a masculine frame, they may go after you. They may not go after you. Period. Don't depend on you getting women. Your masculinity does not depend on you getting women or not. Your masculinity depends off of your security and your ability to be assertive, your ability to have a sense of direction, your ability to be truly and genuinely confident. Me, I'm genuinely confident. I don't give a fuck if I get pussy or not again. I can care less. I'm being my masculine self. If a bitch says, oh, I'm being too aggressive, I'm too controlling, that's her problem. She can't handle that because she's been brainwashed. She's been brainwashed to believe that that's toxic masculinity. For all of you brothers who've been brainwashed with that idea, there is no such thing as toxic masculinity. Women are just trying to find another excuse to emasculate men. That's all that shit is. They're just trying to look for other ways to get you to compromise to their bullshit level of thinking. Never compromise. Again, don't do it. Make her submit to you. If you are doing the submitting, if you're doing the compromising, you find yourself doing shit that she's doing, you are a beta male. You are a fucking beta male. And again, if you're in that beta male predicament at this particular moment, your current job and your current focus should be, I need to separate myself from women for a while and focus in on myself and ask myself, why do I prioritize them so much? I should not be making women priority. I should be holding on to my dignity, focusing on developing myself, focusing on having self-confidence, and not really giving a fuck about what people think, and actually having a backbone. You should be having a steel skeleton. Period. If you are a man who is married, if you are a man who's currently in a relationship, and you know that female is stunting your growth, you're shooting yourself in the fucking foot. It's your responsibility to grow and to reach that masculine frame. If you allow her to hold you back and to stunt your growth and to prevent you from being that masculine self, of that masculine version that you could be, that's your fault. You need to divorce that bitch. You need to break up with her and keep it moving. I'm sorry, sweetheart, but you're not helping me. You're emasculating me. You're holding me back. Fuck all of that. I needed to get a woman's consent to do things. No, she follows your plan. You have a plan. She follows it. She doesn't want to. She doesn't need to be a part of your life. You know, spend time with yourself. That's how you enhance your masculine frame. Spending time with yourself. If you don't know yourself and you're battling with what other people think about you, you're insecure. You have to find yourself. If you don't find yourself and you continuously procrastinate on trying to enhance your masculine frame, if you procrastinate, you're going to be 50 years old being told what to do by your wife, still being a bitch. Your wife probably cheating on you, fucking other dudes. You know, you don't want to be having a midlife crisis. So at this particular junction, whether you're 30, you're in your early 20s like myself, or your late 20s or whatever, find your masculine self down. Find your masculine self. Don't wait till the last minute. Like I said, I'll tell you this right now. True masculinity is not going to be rewarded. Understand that. If you think you're going to be rewarded with sex, endless sex and women, you are a beta male and you living in a fucking dream. Okay? When you become a true masculine man, you're not going to be rewarded. No one's going to give you a cookie. You have to be certain when you look in the fucking mirror every day you wake up and go to bed, you be like, I'm a masculine man. I don't need a bitch to tell me that. I don't need another dude to tell me that. I know that. I conduct myself like one. I have the confidence like one. I have the nerves of steel like one. I know what I want as a man. I give directives. That's a masculine man. I get shit done. I don't sweat about a bitch flaking on me. I don't sweat about what another woman's saying about me. I don't run my mouth like a bitch. I'm not emotional. I'm logical. I have linear thought process. You know, I'm looking to build up other brothers. And that's something else that I want to add. If you are a man who's jealous of other men, you are a beta male. That's another trait. If you have a jealousy trait and you hate when other men progress, you are a beta male. Get that jealousy trait out of you. That's a beta male characteristic. A masculine man, he reaches his frame and he encourages other masculine men to reach their frame. He doesn't sit there and hate on other men. That's very feminine-like. If you are a man who hates on another man for having a certain, success rate, you are a beta male. Because you don't have it, you want to hate on him for getting his shit together. Get your shit together. Get your mind together, and everything will be okay for you. But don't be jealous. Jealousy doesn't get anything done. We as men, our job should be to find ourselves. If you don't find yourself, you will always be on this long journey of insecurity. But this is Renegade number 1. Like the video, share, subscribe. Peace.